So I've recently just arrived back from racing the Megavalanche for the very first time, and it was quite a learning experience, that's for sure. So I've just put together 9 tips for anyone thinking of taking on the Megavalanche in the future. Okay, tip number 1 is get your bike in immaculate condition. It's a big effort to get out to the Megavalanche, and you don't want to ruin your time out there by having a bike fall to bits. So I'm talking about tyres, inserts, chains, anything that can rattle to bits or break, just to give yourself the best possible chances of getting through this race, because the trail is an absolute bike abuser, and especially when you're taking stuff at race pace, it's faster and you're more likely just to have something go wrong. So for example, I took out a knackered Michelin Enduro Wild and thought I would be saving a few quid, but I was wrong, because I took a flat in qualification which caused me to DNF, put me to the back of the grid on the amateur group, and that just set the tone for the whole race. So yeah, it's a really disheartening feeling when you get mechanical in a race, because you put a lot of effort to get there. So do yourself a favour and get that bike prepped and in prime condition. Absolutely devastated. Oh, I cannot fucking believe it. So tip number 2, and it goes hand in hand with the bike really, is the body. Get yourself in the best physical shape you can before this race, because although it's the longest downhill race in the world, what I wasn't aware of before turning up and trying the track is there's a lot of climbing in it, and these climbs, they're not too much if you spread it across a ride, but at race pace and altitude they absolutely kick your butt. Up at altitude your body's just fighting for air basically, so when you're having to sprint up hills it just absolutely kills you, and you can really tell the difference between the people that have put in the effort and the training beforehand and got themselves in a really good shape. So this is for anyone that really wants to get the best results possible. You really got to be in your peak fitness, because also as soon as these climbs, at the top of these climbs, there's no rest. You're straight into other sections going down that are then going to start beating up your arms and your legs. So you've just got to be on top form, bike and body. Tip number 3 is control your breathing. It kind of goes hand in hand with your fitness. You've really got to keep that under control, especially up in the snow sections. It's so easy to blow yourself up because you're panicked, your adrenaline's going and you're riding on the edge. So if you can try and keep those breaths, deep breaths, it makes a big difference. I had plenty of time to sit on the track side and watch some of the qualification guys come through, the leaders, and I could hear them breathing before I saw them. They were all over that, deep breaths, consistently keeping that heart rate and breath work under control is just going to give you the legs to just keep pushing. This really is a test of endurance. It's not a sprint. So qualification means everything. You really want to be finishing as far up the front in the qualies, which is going to put you in the best position come race day. If you get mired mid to back of the pack, you're going to struggle to get your result. Whereas if you're starting on that front row or front handful of rows, you can pick your way through and get a bit of clean air. So it's well worth putting a good bit of effort into the qualification, because it really does set up your whole sort of weekend's results as such. Good quali is going to give you a really good chance of getting a good result. Is basically a heads up to say that there's no airport transfers from Geneva or other local airports. You can only get private ones, which are going to set you back about 400 quid. So unless you've got a group of you coming in, flying in, it's really not going to be financially worth it. The only proper way or best way to go is to drive, which seems pretty crazy, but forget about flying unless there's a big group of you. There's no easy way, no solid buses. It's just an absolute nightmare, which makes no sense, but it is what it is. So driving is your best way, pretty much your only way. So if you're booked onto one of my trips, I've got a Facebook group just for these people. So if you're a solo traveller looking to come down to Outdoors for this event, then head over to that group, put a post up, and hopefully you'll be able to sort of combine the 3 of you, 4 of you, and keep the cost down. So yeah, Facebook group, I'll link it in the description. But any time you're in the mid-pack and you're jostling for positions, which is inevitable realistically, it's going to happen to you at some point, be patient. Learn from my mistake. I thought I could charge through the pack, but I ended up getting closed off and rode into the back of a group of people, put myself on the deck. You've really got to be patient in these situations, because there's places to pass and places not to pass. If you're tailgating someone on a bit of single track, there's no way you're going to get around them. You've got to pick your places to overtake, or just sit behind someone and just get ready to do it, because really you're wasting your energy, wasting your time, annoying people for no real reason. So be patient behind people, because there will be places to get around, and there will be places where you can charge and get that gap closed in to the one in front or whatnot, but it's just part of this race. Lines, lines, lines. Lines are everywhere. There's sneaky lines, Frenchy lines, corner cutting lines. Pick those up in qualification. Have a look at parts of the trail, because there'll be bits that you're looking at and you think that all you can see is what you can see, but if you almost turn your head 90 degrees, there could be a potential line that's going to cut out the whole corner. And it's all legal within tapes. Like, the tapes on this event are very loose. This is all part of the event, finding these lines, and it comes main event or qualification, these could help you out, get a sneaky pass in. The snow will be different come your race run. We practiced the snow and it was super slushy, and then come race day it was a bit icy for the challenges, but then come last race day it was an all-out slush fest. There is literally no way to predict what it's going to be like. I mean, we're dropping into the snow, it's kind of midday here, and the snow is just rutted and gutted. Look at these. Once you're in one of these ruts, you've just got to get your feet down. You can pick your lines and think you're a demon on the snow smashing down the ice, but as soon as that slushy pit comes, it's a different ball game. The snow is obviously a huge part of this event, and it's really tricky to ride. I have heard you can get up there on one of the mornings, which is where they do a speed challenge. Look out for that event, get up there first lifts, and you'll probably stand the best chance possible of knowing what it's going to be like on race day. But like I said, if you're not in the main mega, if you're in the challenger or the amateur, you're riding trails that have already been battered, and it's just completely different. Just expect the unexpected come snow. It's absolute free for all. It's a battle of survival at this point. If you're lucky enough to get the snow in this kind of condition, it saps so much energy. You're constantly trying to dab your feet and just keep that front end up from dropping away. And because we're at such altitude, it really gets the lungs going. You're breathing heavy, and we are literally not even 100 meters into this trail. You've got to think that's why everyone keeps coming to this event and coming back, because it's completely unexpected. The snow section throws a right curveball in there for anyone. So you can go out there and practice this and get a feel for it, but it's probably not going to be like what it is come race day.
Oh,
what's this line you've just spotted?
little secret one.
A line.
Yeah, cheetah line. We love a cheetah.
The Frenchy line. Hop over the bank here, join onto the gravel, follow the snow. Yeah, boy. Hopefully this video has helped you out. It's worth bearing in mind, it's not all about getting on the podium. There's a lot of people out here just taking it on as the adventure that it is, and an endurance race, and almost just a bit of a bucket list mountain bike race. Little bonus tip for you, and slightly biased as well. If you're looking for somewhere to stay, come and stay with me in Alpe d'Huez Resort. We're hosting accommodation here, and it's designed for like-minded bikers taking on the Megavalanche, and we want to take away all the faff that comes with it and just leave you in a great location. Breakfast, bar discounts, lovely terrace with barbecue, hot tub and sauna. So all you need to do is book onto this package deal, and you know it's taken care of. You will be looked after. So yeah, roll on to next year. Good luck, and hope to see you guys out there taking on Mega 2023.